This is Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by my old friend Neil Marsh, top boxing manager, of course. Neil, how are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you, Danny. How's yourself?
Yeah, good. Looking forward to Christmas. But there's still plenty of boxing to come before then. Your Russian welterweight, David Avanesyan, is back in the news, certainly on social media, although he hasn't fought this weekend. It's more to do with Conor Benn and his latest victory over Chris Algieri, leading a lot of people to talk up the prospect of a fight between Conor and David Avanesyan. What did you make, first of all, of Conor's performance?
Yeah, like I said to you before, I don't want to just go after Conor because, you know, boxing-wise, if you look where he was quite a long time ago and look where he is now, he's tremendous how far he's come. And, you know, if Conor watches this, I have a lot of respect for him. And, you know, some fighters don't give it their all in boxing, but he's one of them who does. So got nothing but respect for Conor. And you know, I want to put that out. I was on the road quite a lot Saturday night, so I had to drive to Exeter from the northwest. So I only managed to get into a sports bar as the main bill came on. And you know, when you're in a bar or something, you don't concentrate like you are at home. But it looked like a good performance. You know, I've got question marks over the opponent, which you'd expect. But actual performance-wise, he did what was in front of him, and he executed it well. You can see improvements with him and his coach. And, you know, he executed it well. So, you know, I've got no complaints about the performance. He did what he should have done to Chris Algieri, in my opinion.
Eddie Hearn, after the fight, talks about next steps for Ben, seeing that Adrien Broner, kind of aging but still relevant American fighter, former 4-weight world champion, of course, could be next in line. But a lot of people on social media responded to that by saying, what about David Avanesyan? I think a lot of that's to do with Tony Bellew's comments, picking Ben to beat Avanesyan, kind of not dismissive as such, but very quickly making that prediction, which Andy Lee found pretty funny on the DAZN broadcast. What did you make of that? And would you guys be willing to fight Conor Benn next up?
Yeah, I've nothing against Tony Bellew, but he's the same guy who ridiculed our chances against Josh Keller, and we know how that ended. You know, I put a tweet out. All you need to do is look at Andy Lee's response. I don't need to say anymore. I don't want to start going attacking Tony. He's only doing his job. He's only got his opinion. But I think it was comical, to say the least. With regards Adrien Broner, it's just a pattern of opponents, aged America, people who fought in America a lot, coming up from lighter weights, etc., etc. I understand the Broner fight. You know, he's good. Good luck to Eddie making that fight, because I believe Broner's not easy to deal with. I have actually dealt with Broner when David boxed Peterson on his Granados fight many years ago. So good luck to him. And I can understand what they're doing, but I don't know what he'll be now. But Broner's been huge viewing figures in America, absolutely tremendous viewing figures, and I think that's what they're going after. But the UK fight fans, and especially the climate in boxing now, they're not stupid, are they? They know what it is. It's a lighter man. It's a great name for as on your resume, a little bit like when David boxed Shane Mosley, not as old. It's a great great name for your resume, but I don't think it. I don't know. Maybe it boosts his name in America, but what respect has Broner got in America? I'm not a lover of the fight, and you know, if they continue with this type of matching, he's going to come unstuck, which I don't think any British fan wants. You know, we all wish Conor the best and hope he gets, you know, the right development for keep going.
And are you guys open to a Conor Benn fight if it was presented to you?
What do you think? I think it's pretty obvious. No, yeah, I've seen a couple of things like why you're chasing Conor Benn and different. We're not chasing him. At the time, we went for what we believe was the highest paying, easiest fight available. A lot of politics had gone on with Eddie and different things. And we just felt that the Conor Benn fight was doable. They was both under the same promotional stable. I just felt that, you know, that was a good fight for us. You know, at the time, he was, in his own admission, he's highly ranked in governing bodies. It could have been made for the final eliminator. The winner could have gone on. You know, I don't think Conor Benn's ready for David. You know, everybody knows that. I think they know that. But it could have been made if there was any interest. And when I signed with Frank one of the things I said to Frank, I said, listen, we went through all the options where the belts are locked down and different things. And I said, would you stop us going on the Zone show or a Sky show if the right fight was there? And Frank, no, I just want to make the best fights. I want to do the best for you. It's not a 25-year-old kid who you've got time on your hands. If it stacks up financially, we would have gone both ways. And Frank went and made that big offer, which was a genuine offer. So we definitely have been open for Conor Benn. We still would. We've got a European title defence. If they want it, they just ring us. I'm not going to start shouting in the press that we want Conor Benn. We've moved on. But if you come on with a bag of money, let's do it. No problem. That's easy fight to make.
Talking of bags of money, the one kind of safeguard in the zone coffers at the moment is Eddie Hearn, of course, at Matchroom. He made some comments not long ago about you guys turning down an eliminator, WBA eliminator for David via Matchroom. Just tell us your side of that.
Okay, I have to be careful because it's in hands of my lawyers at the moment,
sure.
And for legal reasons. What happened when we got messed about with Josh Keller? We know everything what happened. It was there was a very strong contract put in place at the end. And the contract, without going through it all, was strongly stipulated that we got a fight within so many months.
Sure.
If we were successful with Josh Keller. So I expected that to be adhered to. We got asked about Virgil Ortiz. David accepted it. We got asked about Yulusinov. David accepted it. All for final elimination. They even asked, would we go on a Golden Boy show for the Virgil Ortiz? Yeah, no problem. Let's do it. That's best name for make the next fight after a lot bigger pain for David is beat a Golden Boy in America. But then they came up with a name called Alexis Rocha. And, Eddie, I think Eddie even said after the Kelly fight that he's deserving of a world title, one thing and another. I know it's easier said than done getting these fights, but a final eliminator was the least that we was expecting. And they offered us Alexis Rocha probably after a month, if I was guessing, after the Josh Kelly fight. We looked at him as a young kid and we thought, he's on the back of a loss. What good's that? He's not even world ranked. So we just said, it's no use in that fight. If you could have done it for a final eliminator, no problem. He'll fight anyone. I think everybody knows David will fight anyone. And it went away. We didn't hear much of him. I was on the phone as a manager should do, asking for fights, different things, asking for Conor McKinson and different things just for tick over. They're not ready. No problem. Not got an issue with that. But under the same promotional stable and, their work ethic at the moment, putting lads in with each other, I thought that it was the wrong answer to give us. So as the months went by, I let them know our unhappiness. I think 3 months had gone by, so we informed them of my intention that this isn't acceptable and that we're looking at maybe moving on if they don't deliver. And then they offered us Alexis Rocha again, which in my opinion isn't acting in good faith. He's already been refused many months ago, and it was for a WBA eliminator. Now anybody in boxing knows that an eliminator doesn't push you into a mandatory position. It's a final eliminator that does. And the way the WBA belt is, it's locked down. The WBA have got Stanios and Ugas, and I think Ugas made a big roar about not being able to fight Errol Spence. And rightly so, but the situation of the title, you couldn't get near it. So an eliminator is not going to get you anywhere even closer. Never mind. Do you understand? But yeah. What was hard about it is we had to give our European title up, which was the key to David, hence what we've achieved with the WBC. But Alexis Rocha already had a fight schedule with another guy. So in layman's terms, you want me to give our belt up, sit on the fence, wait for Alexis Rocha to win. If he wins, hope he doesn't get injured. If he does get injured, it would have been another year, another 8 months. Come on. We're not being treated fairly there, guys. And, I'm sure it'll all come out in time. And but for legal reasons, I don't want to say much more, but I think Conor Benn said that we'd refuse Rashid Ellis. Never, ever, ever refuse Rashid Ellis. I give Eddie permission to put the email out if we've been offered that fight or text message. Never have. The eliminator was no value whatsoever. And hence, I'll go on a little bit that we looked at all the governing bodies. The Errol Spence had a mandatory due. We've Quadrilio, who got beat just recently now. Terence Crawford had a mandatory with Sean Porter. The WBA was locked down with Ugas Stanios. The only route we could go with a 33-year-old Russian who's dying for an opportunity was the WBC. So we looked at it. We looked at Errol Spence, hadn't had a mandatory in a long time. David climbed even higher because of the Liam Taylor fight, which did massive viewing figures. And hence we, like a couple of people said, would we take Ortiz and would we take Yaron Ennis? I actually personally flown to Mexico City, stood up in front of the old panel and campaigned for David to be ordered in a final eliminator. Now, they ordered it against 1 and 2, Ortiz. We believe that Ortiz is having itchy feet, which I don't really expect if he's as good as he's saying. They're saying that they want to fight Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia, and just sounds like a duck to me, Danny, because Golden Boy and PBC won't make them fights easily. And, so David, we asked David, who would you fight? And he'll fight anybody. So we went and requested a final eliminator when number 1 is Ortiz, number 3 is Ennis, number 4 is Danny Garcia. And anybody who fights Errol Spence for a mandatory has to fight us. So that's, if anybody's going to ever even dare to question David's minerals, give your edges here, please. They're 2 of the biggest, they're 2 of the best fighters. Especially Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis is a killer. He's the hardest welterweight fight. Him and Crawford are the best 2, in my opinion. I don't know what yours is.
Yeah, no, I agree. Certainly at the moment, I mean, we haven't seen enough of Errol Spence in the last, year or 2 to judge, really, especially after the car crash. We've only seen him back in 1 fight. But out of those the rankings, who would you expect to take that final eliminator ultimately?
I don't know. It's absolutely beggars belief because, looking at the landscape of boxing, I hear that Crawford might be signing with PBC. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, so you've got PBC with a division lockdown. So if you're a golden boy fighter like Ortiz, the only way you're going to get that belt is if you force a mandatory. So on the grand scheme of things, David's been beat off Kowalowskis, who you've already beat. Why wouldn't you take that fight? I don't know. I really don't know, Danny. I don't know what the WBC will do. Obviously, if Ortiz refuses it, they'll offer it Ennis. If he refuses it, they'll go to Danny Garcia. And I'd hope that they keep going down the line. If not, they may order us against Errol Spence. And what a great fight that would be. We'd love that. And hopefully we get him at the right time with his inactivity.
Yeah, good stuff. So what will David do in the meantime? Because as you've said before, there's been issues with inactivity through no fault of your own. You want to keep him busy. What's next for him?
Yeah, we signed with Frank. Frank's been very good with us. We've got a date in February because the WBC, what Virgil Ortiz wanted, they wanted time to get a January fight out of the way, which we didn't object to. So that was the agreement on the day. So for us, we'll defend the EBU title similar time. And hopefully the Ortiz fight will get made because it's mouth-watering. And we don't mind travelling to America. We don't mind travelling anywhere for the right fight. So we're going to defend the EBU title. David will be in the home corner, and if you look at his popularity in the UK, it's shot through the roof. So I'm sure he'll do decent numbers on BT.
And has Frank said anything about potentially matching him with one of his welterweights? So obviously he's got Echo Esserman, for example.
No, nothing at all. I think the likes of Echo are just they need to keep improving. Echo's a good kid, we've done a lot of sparring with a lot of welterweights in the UK, and I'll give Echo his due. He's one of the only ones who can keep going. Nothing against any other kids. We're grateful of every spar, but Echo. If Echo turns up, he's one strong, hard man, and after 8 rounds, with David, which isn't easy for anyone, he's, the rugging and, you could see he could do a couple more rounds, so Echo's going to be a problem for a few of them British welterweights, I think over time, but there's been no mention of it. I think we're like in the contract, we want the next we want big things. We don't want to step backwards, and we class that as a step backwards. You know, if he had a world ranking and different things, of course we would. Of course we'd fight Echo. You know, I'm confident in David against anyone, but I think he's improving, and I think he just needs to improve at the level he's at before he starts looking at European titles, Echo. But I wish him all the best.
And just while we've got you on, and before I let you go, what's the latest with Zack Parker? Obviously, WBO #1 super middle. Is it just kind of hanging around waiting to see what Canelo does at the moment?
Yeah, we're in a fantastic position with Zack. We're #1. He didn't have activity, hence why we changed to Frank. And Frank's been outstanding with him. And he's getting better and better, but he's happy. And, you know, if we took the Canelo fight now, you know, I know I've mentioned Zack's name near Canelo. I'm under no illusion how hard that fight is. But as the months go by, Canelo gets older, Zack gets better. The more fights we have, Zack gets better. And Zack is a nasty, nasty man. And I've said this for a long time, and I think there's people buying into it a little bit now. You know, I've had Zack for about 6 years. That kid can fight, and I've got no doubt he's a world level boxer, a world level super middleweight, and I've got no doubt he'll become world champion. And for us, if we got the Canelo fight, of course you'd take it, because Zack's a big, huge lump who can punch, and you know you've got to take them fights. It's why you're in boxing. But if we have to wait 12 months, 18 months, 9 months, so what? We've got a promoting Frank Warren, who's actually, you know, for the first time in a long time with Zack, he's banging the drum since we've been with him, and we know once that opportunity comes, whether it be a vacant belt, whether it be a Canelo fight, we're going to get that opportunity. And if you look at the names, I think #1 and 2, I think Daniel Jacobs and David Lemieux. You know, as long as that stayed the same, what a fight that would be for Zack. You know, is that not the fight that shoots his name up? So we're in a great position, very happy. Errol and the boys at Black Country Boxing, like Carl Greaves with David, they're doing an outstanding job. They've got full belief in me, and sometimes you just got to be a little bit patient for these opportunities.
When would you expect to see Zack back next out?
Yeah, Zack's going in March. We're looking at an homecoming. You know, hopefully we'll get a nice name Yank or something. And you know, we don't want to say too much, but Frank's doing every single thing right for us, and I thank him, because Zack wasn't in a good place 15 months ago, and you know, I'm very grateful for Frank for delivering for the kid. Great
stuff. Well, Neil, really appreciate your time, and we'll have to catch up again once there's kind of firm dates and opponents in the diary for the lads.
Can I say one thing? I just want to wish everyone an happy Christmas, all the followers, all our supporters, even our haters. You know, I wish everyone. It's been a miserable 18 months for a lot of people, and you know these boxers have not had an easy time. And keep giving them support, guys, because you know, and we're grateful, because there's a lot of fighters out there struggling, and you know, be nice on social media to everyone. You know, that's all I'll say. But wish all your followers all the best, and thanks for all the support.